Capricorn, welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. And as I see tarot, I appreciate your uh, uh, response and support. This is a 5-card tarot card overall energy reading for the time period between October 16th and the 31st of 2020. It is a general reading for the larger collective of Capricorns and is intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with every Capricorn. Please understand that, and that's totally okay. Take what fits and let the rest go. To save some time, I went ahead and shuffled the cards and requested the universe guidance, and the cards selected were ejected on their own during the shuffle. Those 5 cards that exited during the shuffle for this overall energy reading are lined up here. This first card here represents your energy for the past influences, which typically means what was the major energy during the past couple of months for your sign of Capricorn. And what was in some cases primary energy, significant energy, may have resolved itself, or it's still lingering for Capricorns. The second card here represents the present energy during this time period and what Capricorns are currently dealing with. The third card here represents the future energy for this time period for Capricorns. The fourth card here represents the challenges, the challenging energies that are presented to Capricorns during this time period. Keep in mind that challenges do not imply they're negative. Sometimes they're just there to provide information and to be aware, and often they come about as making choices. And of course, you always have free will. And the fifth card here represents the energy for the outcomes, the overall outcomes for this period for your sign of Capricorn. So we have here our past influences. We have the Prince of Pentacles. In other tarot cards, the Prince is also known as the Page, but it's called the Prince or Princess in this particular deck. However, you have it in reverse here, Capricorn. So, Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand for Capricorn why the Page or Prince of Pentacles is in reverse, and in the past influences, please. Okay. I'm picking up here that the Prince of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles in reverse for Capricorn. I'm picking up the overall energy was that there was some exploration of a project or a business idea or a brainstorming of such, and but you weren't ready to move forward with it. There were still some brainstorming ideas, and that you weren't necessarily wanting to advertise it or publicly discuss it. It was sort of in the working stage. I was picking up that Capricorns, you were probably worried that you didn't have the skills or resources for it to succeed and to push off, and as a result of that, you either put it on hold or you just procrastinated following up with the opportunity. I'm picking up that many of you sort of missed that opportunity because you didn't trust yourself. So the reverse Page of Pentacles or Prince of Pentacles is showing up for the collective Capricorns for your past influences. I'm picking up the energy is because you were trying to get that specific project or idea off the ground. And it appears that every time you tried it, it seemed to amount to nothing, or it took you farther away from where you wanted to be, or you were presented obstacles. There may have been things that presented themselves that made it more challenging for you, stumbling blocks that you weren't anticipating, and that you may have, sort of lost your energy or your creativity or your inspiration. And in some cases, I'm picking up some of you might have just been trying too hard or to force it. I'm picking this up that ideally, Capricorns, you would have wanted to give yourself some space, and it would have been ideal to sort of step away from that project or for a short period of time so that you could re-energize and refocus on it, and then try again. And I'm picking up some of you were able to accomplish that, and some of you were not. Um, in many cases, I'm also picking up there's a feeling of daydreaming. Sort of about these new goals, but there was little action taken forward to them. It was, in other words, the idea and the thought was out there, but they didn't really seem to move anywhere, and mainly because of you, Capricorn, for some reason. Um, I think some of you told yourself that you needed to review your goals and think about why you were wanting to do them or what was motivating you. Um, I think you I think the ideas seemed fascinating, but it seemed like work for some. The I'm picking up that the page of Pentacles in reverse for Capricorns in this past energy here really was about inviting you to learn from your past mistakes, um, so that even if the situation had not worked out the way that you expected it or you wanted it to, the learning lesson there, the takeaway was that you could still learn things from the process, and that would have helped you for future, because everything's a learning process. So this is a reminder that if you're struggling, with something, and you're not going anywhere, it's not about giving up or sort of losing sight of it. It's challenging you to examine and reassess of why it's not working out, and to learn from that. That's the learning experience. And some of you may have missed that learning experience. So it was about sort of opportunities to avoid making the same mistakes. That can be for anything, whether it was in a relationship or a project or something. This is encouraging you and reminding you, Capricorns, to be open-minded and curious, and most importantly is trust that, they're giving me the saying, trust that today's failures can lead to tomorrow's successes, and that sort of rings the bell. And to motivate yourself, but not to procrastinate and not to give up. Hmm. Hmm. In our present energies, this is the Hierophant is a major arcana card. Angels and spirit guides help Capricorn and us understand why the Hierophant is here in this current energy reading and in the present energy, please. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Well, we know that the Hierophant is about pause. Huh. I'm picking up pause, and also sort of like the pause that is here in your past energy. Um, I'm picking up that the Hierophant card represents sort of established values and beliefs, often spiritual related. It can correlate with the religion or any sort of formal doctrine, but it's really about about discovering your own belief systems, and it encourages you to make your own choices. Um, the Hierophant is about encouraging you to learn the fundamental principles, from a trusted source. It's something from trusted, higher than you. It could be from a teacher, a mentor, a guide, a spiritual leader. It could be going to a structured class, or going to the library, or researching something, or going to a mentor or a coach. Someone who sort of nurtures, and helps you understand the spiritual awareness, spirituality meaning whatever it means to you. It's helping you to sort of understand the traditions and sort of core principles. Um, so I think for many of you, you're sort of uh, thinking, or these are things that are sort of on your mind. Um, Perhaps you're wondering if you want to take a formal study, and in order to dive into the subject, uh, and sort of learn from it. I'm picking up for some Capricorns, if you have already mastered a particular field of study, um, then you might be taking on a role of a teacher or mentor to others. And this could be on any topic, and it could have been planned or unplanned. Um, you know, I think if you're in this position, Capricorns, it's important that you honor and acknowledge your responsibility, and that you share your knowledge in a structured way and in a meaningful way. That a meaningful way can speak in a meaningful way um, that respects the traditions of what you've mastered. Um, Capricorns, the Hierophants here in your present energy. Um, it's suggesting that Capricorns, you're following a convention, and you're wanting to stay within the bounds of tried and true, or a tried and tested model. You're not quite ready to go out on a limb and do something crazy, or too innovative, or too risky, or too outside the bounds. Is what I'm picking up here. I'm picking up that you're mainly wanting to adhere to verified or validated key principles and rules that you know will sort of lead you to success, and that could be whatever you're wanting to work on. The Hierophant in your present energy reading is calling upon you, um, Capricorns, to honor your family traditions. It's about honoring any sort of tradition or a sacred ritual, or anything that perhaps more importantly that you was important to you at one time and you sort of neglected. Um, for those, you may be, there may be a message that you're being asked to commit to a specific spiritual practice, in the most wholesome form, just sort of appreciation. Um, you know, it's about, there's no customization, there's no adaptation, there's no bending the rules. It's the straightforward following the guidelines is what I'm picking up here. Um, you know, and this could be because some of you may be sort of lacking any sort of ritual or tradition in your life, and you may be sort of wanting the need for it. Um, and this could be as simple as a daily prayer, or daily meditation, anything that's, sort of following a format. Uh, I'm basing it around sort of exploring your spiritual or a religious heritage is the energy I'm picking up. Um, the Hierophant here um, typically speaks to large groups of memberships, and usually as a part of an institution. So, there may be some of you that are enjoying some sort of comfort being surrounded by your peers. You may be in college or school, or a conference or something, or planning to go to it, and you're sharing ideas, and you're discussing sort of well-established belief systems with explicit values, or a research project or something like that. And there's a significant amount of exploring sort of yeah about the traditions. Um, hmm. Yeah, interesting. So I'm picking up that again, the angel and spirit guides are saying to you, Capricorn, in this present energy during this time frame, that the takeaway is about identifying with others, and about identifying a way of thinking that really will prompt more self-learning, and self-discovery for you. Hmm. Oops. In our third card, we have, ooh, another messenger card, the Princess of Cups, or Page of Cups. And also keep in mind that the pages, or princesses or princes, in tarot cards are typically messenger cards. They're really about delivering some sort of message to you for that you need to hear. So here we have the Page of Cups, or the Princess of Cups. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand for Capricorns why the Page of Cups, Princess of Cups, is here in their future energy during this time frame, please. I'm picking up the energy that Capricorns, a new idea or opportunity is going to come to you. And it's going to come somewhat out of the blue if it hasn't already. But it's about, I'm feeling there's a lot of creative energy. And and there's many of you who are sort of bungling it up and trying to figure out how to express it, um, and that you're looking for this idea sort of to channel that that energy, and the way to express it is what I'm picking up. Um, but your channel, but I think, well, not so much a challenge. I'm picking up that there's a decision to be made. Um, are you going to carry it forward with that idea, or are you going to sit back and watch someone else do it? That's, I'm picking up, as a is a dilemma. Um, this you haven't quite made. I'm picking up. You haven't quite made up your mind. So the card here is indicating that, before you commit, uh, explore it. Um, it's worth exploring, is what I'm picking up. You know, the Princess or Page of Cups here, in a reading, is about, encouraging you, Capricorns, to open up, and use your curious mind, and be open for anything. Um, uh, and I mean anything. And that it's saying that you may receive sort of thoughts that cross your mind during the day that, may be fleeting moments, but all of a sudden you're like, what the heck was that? And then you might forget about it. But they're saying here to write those down, that they're sending you a variety of creative things, to sort of entice you. And you may not be aware of it or consciously aware of it, but now that, think about it. And if you have those sort of ideas, fleeting ideas that popped in your head, and then you sort of forget about it, is any further time, if this happens again, they're encouraging you to write those down, because they're sending you messages. They're sending you sort of feelers of topics or ideas that perhaps will stimulate you, and to help you take action. It's the universe's way of sending you feelers, I guess. So it's encouraging you to use your creative and intuitive nature, Capricorns, and they're telling me that you will be pleasantly surprised. They're encouraging you to be ready to learn, sort of that impossible dream, to explore magic to the fullest potential, even if it seems out of reach. The prince or page or princess of cups here is a message asking you to embrace your inner child and believe that anything is possible, Capricorn. Um, you know, every page in the tarot cards is exploring sort of a new facet of yourself. And the Page of Cups here, or the Princess of Cups here, for Capricorn right now, is asking you to explore your creative and emotional self. Um, and that could be from starting a new class, read some books about how to express your ideas, learn how to develop psychic abilities, or how to create aspirations, or coaching, or anything that's developing something. So, it could be helping for others or helping yourself. This is encouraging not to be afraid of your feelings. Let your feelings show. Let your heart go out and wear it on your sleeve. Uh, Go forward and not be afraid and not worry what others think. Um, I'm also picking up the energy uh, that again, you're being called to trust your intuition, Capricorn, and be open to multitude of intuitive messages that are coming your way. And the trick here is look for the synchronizations. There's signs of, uh, because the universe is sending you these signs, and you may not make sense of them, but if you jot them down, and sort of look at them over a period of time, it will come to you, is what I'm being told. Um, so, again, these signs may come from unexpected places. They may not even make sense to you in your rational mind, but it's encouraging you to be open to the possibility and to be ready to discover sort of new aspects of yourself. And they're thinking of them as, they're telling me, intuitive breadcrumbs. Um, that one intuitive clue will lead you to the next thing, and to the next, and to the next, and before you know it, you found yourself at a place where you are going to know, you just know you're at full alignment with your inner source, and you're feeling that joy and happiness. This is all about trusting your intuition and going with the flow. I'm also picking up, there's a practical side to the Page or Princess of Cups here. Um, uh, Some of you may receive an unexpected or a pleasant surprise. Um, Keep in mind that the pages are, as I said earlier, they're messenger cards. And when the message for the cups here, their role basically is about um, messages that have to go with that deal with emotions and intuition and creative endeavors. That's the theme there. So some of you may hear about a birth of a baby, or maybe you're having a baby. It could be you're getting engaged, or someone you know is getting engaged or married. You could be finding a new love interest. It could be a new project, but there's some sort of message that's coming towards you, um, and it's I'm picking up. It's not a surprise that you could have anticipated. That's what I'm sort of picking up. Picking up. It's about um, you'll know it when the moment comes. Hmm. Yeah. All right. Now in our present energy of our challenges, we have the Eight of Wands. Angel and spirit guides, please help us understand for Capricorn why the Eight of Wands is here in this energy reading, and why is it in their challenges, please. Okay. This I'm picking up is saying that it's indicative that if you have been if you've been struggling with something, um, no matter what it is, that struggle is going to go away. You're going to see things with a clear picture, and you're going to have the freedom and space to sort of move forward with whatever your plans were. Could tie in here where you're struggling with an idea. So the universe is listening to you. The Eight is a dynamic card, Capricorn, and it's a high level of energy that propels you forward. It's going to be like a boost of energy or a kick in the butt or what do you want to call it, but it's going to give you a force, and it's going to propel you at a faster pace than you have been. So if you've been, kind of trying to carry out something or do something that you wanted to do, but you've been at a snail's pace, this is going to put you at a rabbit's pace. It's just going to kickstart you. And part of it's because the universe is saying that you need a kick in the butt, so to speak, um, in a nice way. Um, because whatever it is that you're working on, the universe is supporting you, and you're like your worst enemy. So the universe is going to kickstart you and sort of push you forward, because once you get that stream of energy, you're going to pick up. You're automatically going to go, woof, I should have been doing this a long time ago. That aha moment's going to hit you. And it's going to be wonderful. It's everything. It will seem to be moving at a faster pace for you, and it's going to be this forward momentum that you're going to be able to manifest those goals and the dreams that you had been putting off for some reason. So this is about allowing that energy of the universe to flow through you and propel you closer to your goal. If you try to slow things down because you think you're not ready, or you're fearful about the unknown, or you think it's a waste of opportunity, um, you need to use that energy and hop on to this propelled positive energy change that's coming, because the universe is saying you will produce significant results. The Eight of Wands here is inviting you, Capricorns, to be laser focused with your intentions and your actions. It's encouraging you to determine what it is you want to manifest, and then align all your resources and the energy to focus on those in a singular goal. In other words, no more multitasking. Focus on one thing. It's reevaluate your I want. In some cases, maybe you're too specific. I want $1 million by September 1st. That's too specific for the universe. So it's encouraging you to sort of realign and re-ask, and maybe go in more general terms. And also, it's important to identify, well, not only what you want, how it's going to make you feel, and then you have to visualize how that you actually have it. So here's a typical one: is everybody wants money. So you want to. I want a lot of money. Okay, that's general. I want an abundance of money that comes from expected and unexpected sources. That leaves a lot of opportunity. How are you going to feel? I will feel wonderful. I will feel positive. I will feel charged. I will feel radiate to be able to have this money in my life from the expected and unexpected resources. I am the creator of my own universe, and this money is going to help me, and I will feel inspired. Then you have to visualize that you actually have it right now, and you have to visualize, that you have that luxurious car, that luxurious home, that money, that freedom, that not having to buy whatever you want, that your debts are paid, and you that freedom of relief um, and in control. And every day, visualize that you are already free of all of that. Those are critical in aligning your external vibration with your inner source vibration. Um, and that's why you have to sort of tweak your manifestations, and start out general, and then sort of bring them down to, I want, how am I going to feel about it? How does it make me actually feel? And then I visualize that I already have it, and every day I'm experiencing it, because the universe wants to make sure that you really want it. There's the old saying that money doesn't buy happiness. So, you know, we have to think about that, and that's sort of the universe's way of doing a balance and check. So, this is encouraging you to sort of to relook at anything that you're trying to manifest, and yeah. So I'm also picking up that the Eight of Wands here for some is you can, that you can look forward to a rapid completion of some kind of project that you're working on or will be underway, um, and that you're gonna be expected to be occupied with something new and even more exciting soon after. Um, this is a card basically that's saying there's nothing stopping you, and it's going to give you this wonderful burst of energy. And think again of the laws of attraction, and be happy, and start your days out with positive thoughts, and be appreciative of what you already have, and that will carry out to everything else that you do throughout your day. Um, you know, the Eight of Wands in this reading is, they're wanting to tell you, is strike while the iron's hot. That's the message. That this is a very action-oriented card for you, Capricorn, and it's strongly encouraging you to move quickly to pursue the best opportunities that are available to you. This is not about waiting any longer. The Eight of Wands, when it's in this present challenges, is you're being challenged to get on board and go with the flow and not pause. That's your challenge. And you will find that if you get on board with it, that natural energy and the natural process is going to follow it. And in our outcomes for this time, we have the Three of Swords, Angel and Spirit Guides. Please help us understand for Capricorn what the Three of Swords here is doing in this reading, and particularly in their outcomes, please. The outcome energy for Capricorn, please. Okay. I'm picking up an energy for some Capricorns. Some Capricorns are feeling. I'm getting signals that some are feeling hurt. Uh, More importantly, deeply hurt, and a sense of disappointment. Some may be. It's almost. You may have experienced some sort of hurtful words, or some actions, or intentions. Uh, it was a very sort of emotional and intense situation that's bringing you sort of pain and sadness, grief, or heartbreak. I'm picking up that this was something that probably was unexpected, um, or you didn't anticipate it, and it just sort of happened, uh, which is even more painful. The Three of Swords here, Capricorn, is it's about you need an emotional release. I'm feeling for some it's about a specific issue that just happened, but perhaps for others it's a repressed issue. Um, you know, if you've suffered any sort of major setback, Capricorn, right now the universe here is telling you to. It's an excellent time to have a good cry. Um, can't get any better than that. It's about experience the sadness that you're having. Um, don't try to ignore it or talk yourself out of it or whatever else. It's saying that you need an emotional cleansing, so have that good cry. Weep it out, get sobby, get snotty nose, get everything. Have it and deal with it, because if you're sort of ignoring it and putting on a tough exterior, um, um, yeah, or think it's perhaps you think it doesn't really bother you, or you're telling yourself it's not bothering you, but it really is. Let it bother you and get it out of your system. That's the message here. Um, this is about allowing yourself the opportunity to experience the emotion, no matter how painful, no matter how messy you look, or how whatever else. This is about having a good cry, a good shout, a good scream, um, uh, to release it. Do whatever it takes to express the anger or frustration or whatever it is. A combination of things. This is about an emotional flow that's in your system that somehow you have to get out. You might be leaking it out, but you haven't really opened up the floodgates. And this is saying open the floodgates to get this through. Um, yeah, I'm picking up that it's essential that you do this for those that this is affecting. Is because if you don't do this, it's going to affect your path that you're moving towards. They're telling me you're going to run the risk of becoming so absorbed with emotions that are going to be sort of swirling in the back of your head that you're going to lose sight of what you're trying to work on, and it's going to take your focus away. You're going to be dizzy, I guess, or not looking like you're paying attention, and it's even going to be more difficult to recover. So they're saying now is the time to to act on it, to deal with it, so that you can move on. Release it is the message. The Three of Swords here, Capricorn, is a reminder, that pain, sorrow, and grief are necessary parts of life. Um, without the pain, and we wouldn't experience our challenges. And the universe is saying pain is a part of the process, but it's not going to make or break you. Experience it, feel it, but don't let it become you. So they're also sort of wanting me to remind you, Capricorns, that there's a saying that sorrow and grief are a part of our lives, um, um, and without those pains, we wouldn't experience challenges, and we wouldn't grow, and we wouldn't develop into a people. They're kind of giving me this phrase of sort of that hardship creates discomfort, which inevitably turns into an opportunity to become stronger. Hmm. So it's about learning from mistakes. It's if you didn't see something, if you weren't aware of something, it may not be your direct issue, or perhaps it's indirectly. But it's about not beating yourself up. It's about learning from the process. Forgive yourself, forgive the others, release the situation, because what this is saying is it's in the past and it's not serving you right now. So there's nothing you can do about it. You can't fix the past. It's gone. But if you're hanging on to the memory of it, or the experience of it, or something's triggering something right now, this is about releasing it. It's the universe's way of saying, let it go. It's not serving you, that you in hanging on to it, even repressing it, to where it can be triggered, is not helpful. Yeah. So that when you're hanging on to pain, it's going to cloud your vision, and for a period of time, and eventually it's going to sort of take clarity away from your life, and it's going to, well, I hate to say it, it's going to sort of leave you more in a fog, uh, and the universe wants you to have clarity. So they're encouraging you to use this moment to deal with that issue and use it as an opportunity. Um, the universe also wants to tell me that if you're having this painful sort of uh, uh, moment here, that it's going to pass. With the Three of Swords here, well, whenever there's hurt and sadness, understand it's only temporary. You will bounce back, and the clouds will disappear. And as soon as you have a better perspective of what you can learn from that experience, the universe is telling you you can conquer any pain that comes your way. All it takes is faith, that self-love, forgiveness, and time. But don't let it overwhelm you. The Three of Swords here arrives when you are taking others people's words to heart. Um, you may be more prone to, um, you know, negative experiences or negative comments. Again, law of attraction. You might be inadvertently attracting negative comments uh, or negative energy. So something to look at. Um, on the other side, perhaps you are the one who's saying hurtful and spiteful things to other people. It could be reversed. So just remember that you don't have to accept, if it's happening to you, you don't have to accept their words as truth. Um, Even if it's bringing back old memories from childhood. Um, yeah, it's merely another person's opinion, and often it's a projection of their own inner fears and anxieties. And you have the power to shift that energy by looking at those people with a compassionate heart, and understand that they're the ones who are struggling, and that they're going, through whatever they need to throw their insecurities at you. But be mindful, if their words are sort of triggering something in you. Um, there may be a more profound truth in what they're said, and once you know it's about self opening up to your self experience. Maybe you might be willing to look at it as a learning experience, and use these pain points to expand your perspective. And once you're able to do that, you'll see the bigger picture, and then let it go, release it and let it go. Learning lessons, that's the taking away here. So, wow, Capricorns, very interesting. In closing here, thank you, Capricorns, for watching this video. I definitely appreciate it. If you would like to support my channel, please understand that the YouTube algorithms depend on what I call clicking on the big three. The like button, the subscribe button, and the notification buttons. They don't charge you anything. They're not a cost to you. You won't get any sort of spam mail or anything else. A little button, a little number shows up in your YouTube. But they are critical for the support of YouTube channels. And YouTube algorithms use those indicators in order to push videos to a farther and larger audience. And I'm still a new channel, so I would appreciate your support if you wanted and you're willing to. I would greatly appreciate it. So a little plug there, but hey, got to be real. So thank you so much. And again, only if you feel like it. So if you would like, if you feel any part of this reading resonated with you, please leave a comment. I would appreciate hearing from you. And again, if none of it or only a portion of it resonated with you, that's totally fine. Let it go. It wasn't meant for you. Keep in mind, again, your sun signs and birth charts and cross watchers, all those things have a role to play in that. And this is a general reading, so if it didn't fit, let it go. But if it did, I'll leave a comment. I'd like to hear about it. So thank you again, and have a happy and safe Halloween, and we will see you in November, Capricorn. Thank you.